So I'm 5 weeks into my 90-day journey, almost at the halfway mark, and these are the realizations that I've come to. So if you guys don't know, I'm on a 90-day journey to completely transform my life, starting with fitness and discipline. And the basis of this 90-day journey has been, if I get disciplined in my life and I cut out all the noise and I cut out all of the negative and bad habits that I have, and I replace them with habits that are gonna get me ahead in life, that at the end of 90 days, I'm gonna be a completely different person. I'm gonna have a completely different business, completely different physique, and a completely different confidence. And almost halfway through the process, these are the realizations that I've had. Number one, when you look better, you feel better. Guys, I'm just entering week 6 and I'm already down 16 pounds from where I started. From 250 down to 234, and I'm continuing to drop because I'm doing the things every day that need to be done to cut that weight. Now, guys, I always thought I was a pretty disciplined person, and I always thought I was in pretty decent shape and held a lot of muscle and was pretty athletic and went to the gym consistently, but I've been holding that 250 pounds on my frame for the last several years, 3-4 years. And it wasn't until 6 weeks ago when I made the decision that I'm going to cut this weight. I made the decision that this is no longer okay. That I made the decision to change as a person, as a man. And only then, when I made that decision, did I start to see change in my weight and in my physique. My waist is slimming down. My stomach is flatter. My upper body and my muscles are starting to show more. And the scale is dropping. And that's something I'd been trying to do for years, and it just didn't happen. I'm also seeing completely new levels of energy and confidence. And that's because I made the decision to change as a man, to level up, to start walking in the path that I know is meant for me. I declined what would have been a 6-figure job opportunity so that I can pursue my passion of content creation and helping other people achieve their dreams. I have always been the guy who's been passionate about entrepreneurship, about location freedom, about living life on your own terms, but I wasn't always doing that in my own life. And that is what they say. Most people who are great at giving advice are terrible at taking it themselves. So 6 weeks ago, I made the decision that I have to commit and I have to be the example for what I'm trying to help other people do. So I made the commitment that over the course of 90 days, I was gonna lose at least 25 pounds, which is a significant amount of weight for that amount of time. That I was going to finally start and commit to building my personal brand, and that I was no longer gonna be afraid of the consequences of expressing my views and beliefs. And I can tell you that I feel so much better almost halfway through this process than when I first started. I've stopped living in fear. I've stopped caring about what other people think. And I've started to live life on my own terms. I've had a lot more fun. I've had a lot more success. And I've had a lot more confidence. And maybe you can relate to this video. Maybe you've tried different things time and time again. Maybe you started a new diet before, a new routine. Maybe you bought a course before, you started a new program, and then a few days or a few weeks or a few months later, you reverted back to your old ways. You started playing video games again. You started watching pornography again. You stopped being consistent in the gym or in your diet. And that happens to a lot of people that don't have the right system. And so what I've done is I've created a system, because I knew me starting on this journey, if I didn't have a clear path, if I didn't have a clear system and protocol to follow, like DRP90, the Discipline Reset Protocol, then I knew I was setting myself up for failure. Just like I'd done many times before. We've all started different things and never finished them. And it wasn't until this specific protocol that I realized I can stick to this. So if any of this video made sense to you, if you can relate to anything that I've said in this video, I don't care where you're at in your journey. If you feel like you're lacking discipline in your life, if you feel like you are not where you want to be, if you feel like you need an extra boost, an extra push, the accountability of other men on a similar path as you, then I highly encourage you to check out the Discipline Reset Protocol. I'm going to leave a link to it in the description of the video as well as the pinned comment. Take a look at it. And if you resonate with the message that I spoke about today, I highly encourage you to join. I'd love to see you on the inside. I'd love to talk to you one-on-one and help you hit your specific goals. That being said, it's been an absolute pleasure, and I'll see you in the next video.